So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips on how to make recording and creating content a little bit easier, especially if you're new. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, entrepreneurs? Diana here with Entre Women TV, helping you simplify the video creation process so that you can reach wider and connect deeper with the people that need you the most. I believe video is one of the best ways to do that. So on this channel, I help you do that. Video tech tips as well as video marketing tips, both are here on the channel. But let's dive into actually creating the content a little bit easier. So we're back here on my handheld microphone where I'm going to be doing this for another test. So just deal with it. So, but one of the things that when it comes to creating videos and making sure that you're able to do that a little bit easier is the first thing is audio levels. And most people don't know where their audio levels should be. I was recently helping my niece with learning some of the basics when it comes to creating content. And I was explaining to her where your audio levels should be at. And so one of the biggest reasons why the audio levels are wrong is because you're editing and listening to your footage back, even if you're a complete total beginner. You're listening on the speakers on your laptop or just speakers in the room or whatever, and you really want to at least just put earbuds in. Doesn't matter if it's the iPhone, headphone ones or whatever, but you at least want to have your audio levels up and maybe at 50% or maybe 65% loudness on those headphone levels. That way you're able to get a decent audio just for the playback. Now, when it comes to the recording side of it, you want to make sure at the loudest point, you're not crossing over negative 12 decibels. Now, this is basically just look for that number in that number 12, the negative 12 on the audio levels on your actual camera. So no matter what brand you're using, when you go into the microphone levels, you should be able to move that rocker up or down just to increase the volume. Now, if you have a really good microphone, like I'm testing this handheld microphone unit now, this one actually is a dynamic one, so it's going to be great at rejecting background noise and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm going to get into. But actually, it's going to pick it up pretty strong, so I don't need to have it super close to my mouth. It's going to do a great job already by itself. So that means internally in the camera, I need to turn those volumes down. Whereas let's say if I'm using a shotgun microphone, even sometimes a lapel microphone, that may be anywhere from at level 4, maybe up to level 7, depending on the microphone type, how strong it is and things like that. So if your microphone is strong or you're going to be pretty close to that audio source that's receiving it, like this microphone, go ahead and turn those levels down, but talk as loud as you're going to get and maybe as soft as you're going to get, so that at the bare minimum, you're never going above that negative 12 decibels. But at the same time, even if it gets to like close to 10, just drop it down like 1 or 2 more notches underneath that. Because what we're trying to do is that at our loudest point, whether we're laughing potentially or just talking at a normal level, especially depending on the kind of microphone that we're using, which is why I'm kind of using this one as a test unit, is that at the loudest point, no matter how close I get this microphone to me, the microphone levels should not be, or the audio levels should not go above that negative 12 decibels. Once we start getting into orange, we start getting into red, yellow, and whatever other colors that it has in those higher regions, that's called peaking. Audio peaking is not great because then it goes from being just normal, easy to listen to and pay attention to the content or just see if the presenter sucks or not, versus you're struggling or hurting somebody's ears. So just be mindful of that. So negative 12 decibels for your actual breaking point, if you will, before it's like anything beyond this is kind of a do not pass go. You can go a little bit further than that, but really don't push your luck. So the second tip is still dealing with audio. It's actually dealing with background noises. Audio exhaustion is real when it comes to videos, and I also oftentimes have to explain this to clients when I'm working with their video footages. What's that noise, or what is this one, or what have you, especially if I'm doing the shoot, trying to make sure that we turn off as many machines, whether it's a refrigerator, just unplugging it temporarily, turning off the air conditioner unit, whatever is making noise. Because a smartphone is not the biggest issue if you get a chime on that. But imagine just a very loud hum or very loud noise constantly going on in the background of a video. It gets super annoying. That's why I honestly try not to record any day that like the military is doing a lot of aerial trainings, because you'll constantly get airplane noise in the video, and it kind of doesn't matter what microphone I use, but the microphone that you do use can tend to help. Okay, so this is a test using a dynamic lapel microphone. It's actually a microphone I've been using for about the last 6 months. It's by a company called Yellowway, and I absolutely love this audio kit. but this is a dynamic lapel microphone. Let's switch over to the actual Purple Panda lapel microphone. That's a condenser one, and so you should be able to hear a little bit of, you know, different audio levels. I'm just trying to talk long enough so you can honestly get, for normal conversation, different dynamic levels in just my speaking pattern, if you will. So let's switch mics. Okay, so this is using the Purple Panda microphone, and while it's not always easy to maintain the exact same thing, even if you repeat the exact same statements over and over and over again, it tends to be a little bit different just in how you're able to pick up just even slightly more room noise and stuff like that. Now in editing, I'm not going to change everything. All the audio levels are exactly the same from even where I had the handheld microphone unit that I was using. But honestly, it's like if somebody's listening to you, they don't know the difference. They will know if things definitely get better. But at the same time, it just kind of helps to reject some of the background noise when possible. So what do you think? Did you like the Yellowway microphone, lapel mic, or did you like the Pop Voice microphone? Or not Pop Voice, that's another mic I use. This is the Purple Panda one. So which one did you prefer? Let me know, and then let's go to tip number 3. So the next tip is smile, hold that smile, and then start talking. The reason why is because when you're actually starting to make videos, most people have, like, they're doing some kind of tips or doing some kind of training or whatever the case is, and they're not used to editing or anything like that. That's fine. However, when it comes to adding in transitions, or you're trying to, you know, increase the quality of your videos, you're wanting to get it better and better and better. So what happens when you make mistakes? You're constantly looking down, you're constantly changing positions, you're like, okay, next take, or whatever it is you're saying, and then you start talking. The only problem with that is when you're recording, like, let's say if I'm looking, let's say this is my notes and you're looking down, and then you're like, okay, tip number 1, okay, well, in transitions or in editing, when you're trying to add a transition, all you see about a second or two before you actually start talking is your head coming up, and you're already talking as your head is in motion. So it kind of looks weird. Whereas if you pay attention when I'm doing these videos like this, or it's like tip 1, 2, 3, then you can see I'm starting right when I'm talking. And things like that are kind of hidden in editing because it just seems normal. And that's really what you want, is you just want your edits to seem normal, and then potentially better and better and better as you add other elements. So let's take a look at this tip right before I transitioned into where we were just talking about. We're just finishing up the Purple Panda segment, and we're going into the smile and hold tip where we are right now. So if you look and we play this back, then you'll be able to see me smile and hold at the end. Then I wipe my nose because it was dusty, and then you'll see me transition, smile, I'll hold that smile, and then I'll start talking. Whereas if I'm doing all of this motion here, then it's a problem trying to transition from this into ready to talk. So let's play this back and see how this goes. Which one did you prefer? Let me know, and then let's go to tip number 3. Smile and hold. Smile and hold. So the next tip is, so when I go through and I'm going to add in my transition, I'm going to go up until the point. Let's expand this out a bit. I'm going to go up until the point where I'm still smiling and pretty much holding there. Let's come down to the smile and then the hold. Now, when I come in to add a transition, all of this space here is now available for me to add in a transition without having to add in anything extra that is going to be problematic. I'm not cutting off or cutting into any of my speaking. It's just going to go from one smile and hold. So the next tip, and then another smile and hold, and it'll start right when I'm talking. And then if I was going to do a transition, I could actually add a transition at the end of that, because I'm still looking at the camera, I'm still talking, and I'm still able to have space at the end before I actually start talking about my very next thing. Whereas if I say, and that's everything that you need to know about this little white disc, and then I put my head down in the middle of saying my last couple words, well, in editing, you just start seeing my head go down. Or if I'm going from one tip to the other, even without a transition, it just kind of looks weird because you're breaking that connection with the camera. Make it easier for yourself, or even make it easier for your editor. Record for the edit. So smile, hold that smile for 1 or 2 seconds, and then start talking, looking at the camera. Say what you're going to say, smile, hold that smile, and then you can look off to your notes and things like that. So especially you people that are trying to learn to do edits for yourself, the smile and hold method will absolutely save you a lot of time, because you can either transition off and you're cutting into what you're saying, or you're looking weird going into the next tip. But those are some of my 3 favorite tips when it comes to just helping new entrepreneurs learn to create videos. Something I talk about a lot with my coaching clients, simply because they're trying to learn to make videos. And I think that this will be content that's also helpful to you guys as well. But let me know, what are some of the things that you've learned to do, or maybe some things you've learned not to do when recording videos? And was this video even helpful for you, or did you already know it all? So either way, let me know down below. And if you want some more tips when it comes to this kind of content in English that works, let me know also. But with that, guys, live with passion. I'll see you in the next video.